Good morning on a Friday. Fox News alert now. President Biden about to convene his first cabinet meeting since July. And nearly every member of that cabinet is facing a full-blown crisis. As we say hello on a Friday, I'm Bill Hemmer. Good morning at home. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill Hemmer. I'm Dana Perino. This is America's Newsroom. They have not held a cabinet meeting since July.
Why?
I mean, it's not like there's been a lot going on, but we'll see how they do today. The president's going to huddle with his cabinet at 2:30 Eastern today. The meeting is ostensibly about infrastructure, but implementing that plan may be the least of the president's worries.
So every cabinet member facing their own five-alarm fire. VP Harris on the border, Secretary Blinken on Kabul, Secretary Buttigieg on the supply chain, and the list goes on. White House correspondent Peter Doocy begins our coverage. Nice to see you on the North Lawn, Peter. Took 4 or 5 months. How come?
It did, and Bill, they schedule these cabinet meetings a long ways in advance to make sure that everybody who needs to be there can make it, but somehow this one got scheduled while the Vice President, Kamala Harris, is in France. And we just heard from her a couple minutes ago talking about problems back home.
As I said earlier, fully appreciate the significance of things costing more. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And so we are doing what we can, making it probably one of our highest priorities.
In addition to the cabinet secretaries mentioned a moment ago, Merrick Garland is still dealing with accusations that his Justice Department scrutinized parents like domestic terrorists. Jennifer Granholm at the Energy Department is facing accusations that she's not doing enough to lower gas prices. Antony Blinken at State is just back from a trip where he reportedly warned Europe that Russia could soon invade Ukraine. Alejandro Mayorkas at DHS dealing with a porous border. And Javier Becerra at Health and Human Services is dealing with the pandemic. He's been almost completely off the radar at this White House, at least publicly, for months after reports that the president was unpleased with the conditions that unaccompanied migrant children in his care were held in. And all agencies are operating in a country with prices rising at historic rates because of worse than expected inflation.
Everything costs more because they have the dumbest economic plan in history. Their plan is basically lock down the economy, spend like crazy, pay people not to work, and then what are they going to do in this next bill? For the people who have been working, they're going to raise their taxes and spend even more money.
And so officials around here are starting to argue that the best way to bring prices down is just to pass their social spending bill. But some Democrats are unsure of that. So right now, the Democratic White House does not have the votes in Democratic Senate or House to pass that Build Back Better plan right now.
Okay, Jen Psaki's back in the office.